morning. Mike Avon, partner at ABS Capital Partners, and also founder and executive chairman of ICX Media here in Baltimore, Maryland.
That's right.
Okay.
Good morning.
And good morning. So, congrats, first of all, on opening a new office in DC.
Thank you.
And what led to this expansion, and why DC?
Well, part of it is I live outside of Washington, D.C., so though I come up to Baltimore regularly, it's nice to have an office down there. But we think D.C. is a really interesting market. There are companies like Amazon opening their second headquarters, a lot of talent down there, both entrepreneurial talent as well as investor talent as well. So we just think broadening the region to be both in D.C. and Baltimore is great for ABS. We're still headquartered here. We're never going to leave Baltimore. The core of the fund is here in Baltimore, but it's great for us to have the opportunity to have companies into an office in DC as well.
Yeah, it looks like a strategic and also convenient choice, perhaps.
Strategic and convenient, that's right.
That's great. As the former startup founder yourself, what advice do you have for new founders?
Don't do it. No, I'm just kidding. No,
It's so tough.
It's hard. It is. It's even harder than you think it will be. I've started 4 companies in my career, and it gets harder each time. It should get easier. It gets harder each time. But my advice would be open to as much advice as you can possibly take. So talk to people who've done this before, whether it's investors, other founders, rely on other people. It is about as hard as it gets, but it's also almost more rewarding than anything else when you're able to build a company. You'll go through just extraordinary highs and lows. But if you build on the community and you rely on the community, it's a lot easier. So I've had great friends in the community who've helped me through all of my companies, and really want to pay it forward. And I'm always happy to help new founders as well. But I think take the advice, listen to the advice, and when you hit really tough times, reach out to somebody that's been through it before, and it helps you get through it. But it is very rewarding, and when those great days come, it's absolutely worth it.
So it's the connectivity factor and the ecosystem and the help that you can get out of people who've been there before.
That's absolutely right. And it's been great to see the ecosystem grow around here from 20 years ago when there was not much to today. There is really a strong ecosystem in Washington and Baltimore. And this event is part of it.
Yes, absolutely. So from founder to investor, what skill set helped you the most in this transition?
Yeah, I think being a former founder, former operator, and then sitting in the boardroom is really helpful, if for no other reason, just to be able to relate to what the CEOs and CFOs are going through. So when we talk about big strategic items or even something very, very tactical, I've actually sat in those seats. I've actually had to hire and fire people. I've had to deal with disappointments of deals working or not working. And I think entrepreneurs and operators tend to respond better when you don't treat them as a cell on a spreadsheet. When you treat them as, I feel your pain, I've lived there, you treat them as people. So I think that helps. I think it makes me a more empathetic investor. And I think being a more empathetic investor makes me a better investor.
That's so valuable. What investment areas are you mostly focusing on these days?
Yeah, so ABS is a stage-focused fund. So we typically focus on growth stage companies that are beyond the startup phase, prior to the private equity later stage, so kind of right in the middle. And what we really love to do is work with companies as they're scaling from maybe 10 or 15 or 20 million of revenue to 50 million plus. And there's special issues that happen at those companies at those stage. So we really enjoy that stage. We're fairly agnostic as to the sectors that we look at, but there are a few that I'm focused on right now. We're doing a lot in cybersecurity right now, and obviously this is a region that is strong with cybersecurity. We also really like logistics businesses, particularly logistics businesses in e-commerce. That's an interesting area for us where we're spending a lot of time and making investments as well. And then education technology is another area that we spend a lot of time in. And we think there are just great trends in all three that are driving a number of investment opportunities for us right now.
So definitely tech-based.
Definitely tech-based,
Yeah,
yes.
definitely tech-based. You have been an attendee and panelist at CONNECTpreneur before. What is the greatest value that CONNECTpreneur brings to the community?
Well, I think just bringing the community together. This is the event that everybody comes to. I always see old friends here that I've worked with over the years and meet a lot of new people at each of these events. And inevitably, a business deal will come out of these, and somebody that I might want to work with in the future will come out of these events. So I think there's nothing better than getting people together. Even in this world, we're all on our phones and texting each other. It's great to actually see people in person and have an opportunity to see some amazing panelists and speakers along the way, and maybe even get to see a great new company to invest in.
Absolutely. In the age of connectivity, it's nice to actually be in person and enjoy each other in person. Thank you so much. This was amazing, Mike, and we'll see you on the panel. Is that right?
Absolutely. I'll be on the panel. Thanks for having me. I
Okay.
appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Thanks.